Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you join me here once again in Transport Fever 2 on the Island Hub series. Well, should that be in or with the Island Hub series? Yeah, let's not worry too much about that. What are we looking at here right now? I've got the game in pause mode for a very particular reason, and it's all to do with what we're looking at here. What is looking like a very idle quarry, stone quarry. It's looking idle because I've got it in pause mode, so it's not moving. Yeah, but yes, I like to start normally on some sort of vaguely action shot, a train heaving into view or heading off into the distance or something to sort of catch your interest. But I thought, no, I need to do something here, so we're going to start here so I can let you know what's going on today. We've got a couple of little maintenance things to do first, of course, as per usual. That shouldn't take too long, but the main focus of today's episode, well, so far, until I spot something else and change my mind, obviously, you know how these things work, is this stone quarry here. It is actually about to expire. Nobody has come along to buy stone from the ownership of this particular quarry here, the Chengdu quarry. And it's going to be running out. It's going to be shutting operations in 267 days. Which I wouldn't normally worry too much about. I mean, I got the sandbox mode on, as you know, so I can, if I need to, I can build a new stone quarry somewhere. I mean, this does look like a slightly odd place for a stone quarry. Not that I know where stone quarries normally go. I'm assuming they don't normally go near to a sort of beachfront. They're not normally on the coast. They're usually in some... I no idea. I shouldn't attempt to explain where I think stone quarries would normally go because I really have not got the foggiest. However, what you might just be able to see over there in the distance on the other side of the bay, look, it's a construction plant, yay, which needs stone. So I could make money by supplying that stone into that construction plant. Of course, the beauty of the bricks, the construction plant, is it only requires one stone to make one brick. So it's a lovely one-for-one equation, which should mean it's more profitable, which is why it's usually one of the industries that people pick first off when they're starting a new game in Transport Fever 2 is get the stone to bricks routes done, because that's a fairly easy way to make good money, especially if you can get the bricks then into a town or a city that actually needs them. That's how it works. I'm also thinking, because we've actually got a railway line here, which is taking this oil here into our plastics industry chain here, I could cannibalise a bit of that. I could actually use that bit of track there to get out there. And then what do I do with the bricks? Well, that's a little thing I'm going to keep hidden. I'm going to keep mysterious for the moment. And I'll attempt to explain. I dare say it won't make any sense to any rational human being, but I will attempt to explain what I plan to do with the bricks, the construction material, once we get into that. However, a couple of other little maintenance things I want to do. At the end of the last episode, I did, as I often do, off camera, once the thing's finished recording, just have a quick look, see how things are playing out, and just check some of the more recently created routes and see how well they're doing. And I spotted this route coming into Georgetown, which we created 2 or 3 episodes ago. We actually... which one of these did we build? We built, I think, the farm. Anyway, we built one of these industries so we can have a little chain here to feed our food, bread, into Georgetown and then connect Georgetown up. It was the last of our towns, I think, connected to our passenger network. So we could create the passenger link in there and also an industry chain to make the town grow, which is kind of stopped doing at the moment. But as you can see, yeah, it kind of exploded. It went up from, good grief, 150 or so to 400 or whatever. A 230% increase, basically, is what we've achieved. But what I noticed was that this poodling little industry train here, the cargo train, the Georgetown bulk delivery, which was supposed to mostly bring stuff down from the freight hub into Georgetown, and if there's any spare, take any bread back into the hub for distribution to the other cities. It's making a load of money. One little train, 1.6 million. that is amazing. And it's currently, where is it now? It's actually, yes, it's taking loads of food back up to the hub. So this little food factory here is doing really good business. It's only going up to 200, so it's only sort of half capacity. Well, it's less than half capacity, but it's sort of edging up that way. We're supplying to all sorts of places, which is lovely. So we could probably do with another farm along here somewhere feeding it. But the short takeaway, the TLDR of this, is that train needs more capacity. So where the heck is it? I've gone and lost it again. Train, come back. There you are. Good. We will focus on you. Oh, you've just gone across the bridge. It's a relatively small train. I think, have it a lot longer when I first added it to the route. But I realised it, because it takes several years for it to come into real use, to actually make real money. I shortened it a little bit, which I didn't need to do. Now, if we go up to the hub, what do we have waiting to go back to Georgetown? As you can see, there's loads of stuff here at the hub. It's ridiculously busy. So it's the Georgetown. Ooh, fuel, bread, and goods. Yeah, I think that needs more capacity. Now that train is currently using the NAFI, so that can take anything. So any of these goods can be taken back, which is obviously why we've got such a broad spectrum of cargo to go back to Georgetown. But the thing is, do we want a second train on there? I think we probably do. So how's that train doing in terms of power and whatnot? It's got a good power rating. We could probably add a couple more wagons to that. So that's what we will do. A couple more NAFIs. Cargo. The NAFI is down here somewhere. It's not. I don't think we get a new NAFI till about 1950. Actually, it's only 5 years away now. Look at that. We're in September 1945. So we should get a bigger and faster NAFI truck, which I'm so keen to see. I do overuse them in some games, like this one in particular, but they are so very, very useful. So we'll add that. That gives me an 80 capacity. Still not... Oh. Okay. 96 capacity. So that's going to be 12 on there, isn't it? Yep. And you know what? We are going to duplicate that train. That is very, very good. Okay, so that is that out of the way. I've already gone through the oldest vehicles, so I've changed some of these. There are none which I don't think there are any showing. Oh, hang on, did I see a very bad there? Oh, very good. That's a brand new train, obviously. Well, relatively new train. Yeah, we haven't got any very bad vehicles yet, and the ones that are oldest are still trains, and they can carry on for ages. It's just the road vehicles which tend to age prematurely or more quickly. But what I was also looking at was the station list here to look at the overloading of my stations. Now 6th Street, that's just a bus stop in Fukushima here. Okay, actually there's, which, your 6th Street, you are very busy. Yes, I have recently added some new buses. It was using the old bus on there. I can't remember what it was called, but we've got a bigger and faster bus on there now, which hopefully will reduce the congestion on that bus stop. The other one, which was other station which is very busy, is the DMBN Fu cargo hub here. As you can see there, loads of stuff coming in and going out. In the last episode, I think, added another train. Yeah, it's only 1 month old to that. So that's just coming up. So hopefully that will take care of the congestion there. Jakarta, that looks like another bus stop. Ooh, do we need to deal with... these are the old buses, aren't they? Yeah, whatever you are. Galganau or something? Garganau. Good grief, I practically remembered that, didn't I? That's very impressive. They all come... No, they don't all come in here, actually. We've got the Station Link A, which is probably going to the commercial zone. You're losing money, but then again, we have got... Oh, you're waiting for line C. You are making money. Where is there any other? There's no other bus stop really, which is that busy. 11th Street, no. The bus station itself isn't terribly busy. And Embankment Road, Jakarta Sea. Sorry, yeah, that they're all going to the station. People just too darn lazy to walk. What's the solution to that? I think if we put the newer, bigger, faster buses on there, it will start losing money. It's not making a lot now, so I think we will just clone another one. So we will just add, no, not all of them. Just actually, let's do 2, because they are quite cheap. They don't carry many people. Where are you? Only 8 people at a time. Yeah, we'll just clone those 2. Okay, and see what that does. Okay, now I think that will do for the maintenance. So what we're going to get into now is connecting up this stone industry chain here before this quarry runs out and is taken out of operation. And then we're going to find a way, once I've done that, of connecting that construction plant into our industry network. And I've got an exciting plan for that. Well, I say exciting, I mean silly, irrational, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking now. It's about time to hand over to a bit of a soundtrack for the speed build section, and we will attempt to connect this quarry up to the construction plant with a bit of a train track. And I'll have to work out some way. Actually, I could go over that. No, I'm going to have to intersect that train track, aren't I, at some point, I think. So I'll have to find a way of doing that. We'll see what I do when we get into the speed build. So I'll be back with you in a few minutes' time, and we'll see what the future holds for this quarry. Well, we have our route. It's a very simple route, quarry to combat plant, and yeah, that should work when we get trains on there. But that's the thing now. How on earth do I get trains on that route? We've got a depot. We've got the Kiev depots over here, which can feed onto this line here, which go to this goods factory here. So could we have them send out? Now what's trains? We've got steel bulk. That's you, and you come into that platform there. So we could have you, I suppose, going out this way. That would work, I think. Or we could have them coming down from the freight hub depots up there all the way down here, coming down this line here past the oil well that way. Ooh, decisions. I'm tempted to send them from Kiev, to be honest. I think either way we're going to have to build track out, aren't we, to that station. And we've got you are going in that direction. That's right, isn't it? Because we have got the plastics line, which is a simple sort of one-way route, which goes in there. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that, I think. So we just need to send this track off there to cross over. It's a little bit of a odd mess, but I think we can do that. Okay, let's get our tracks down. So that's the steel train line coming in there. So we need you to go across here and then cut across like so. I think, yeah. We could have you going to the chem plant, but I'm not going to. We're going to just send you. Now you're not a terminus station, you're a through station, so I could have you coming in to the other end, couldn't I? Actually, all the way around the back. Actually, let's do that. So what we'll do, can I run you along there? I can. That's good. This road gets in the way, so we will. Yeah, and you. Oh, actually, you just look silly stuck there, don't you? So I'll take that. And this, whoops, didn't mean to do that. And this is just to get a train down here. There will be at least 2 trains, actually, I reckon. No, I don't want to go in that way, so we'll come out here and we'll come in around that. What on earth do you think you're doing? No, do not do that. Okay, I'll take you to there, then you have to come down there. Okay, I think that works. Yeah, we'll smooth that off, of course, because I'm now rolling in money. I can afford to do this landscaping malarkey. Good, that'll do. I might well tidy it up further a little later off camera. So what we've got a train which will take stone from there to there. Now, before we put the trains on the route, what am I going to do with those bricks? That combat. I have a great idea. I want them to send them across the water to this northern island here. Actually, there's 2 islands there, aren't there? Oh, so there are, yeah. Of Port Moresby and Hong Kong, and actually use this airport and station here as a kind of distant hub. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to create a dock connection. Rather than another rail connection, we're going to do it by boat. So we're going to get this commat shipped back from here. Oh, actually it could. Ooh, cross back onto this track. Could cross briefly onto this track here. And then career around here. And this was kind of an idea I had when I was first looking at the map and exploring possible connections between the towns. Is actually put a dock here in Chengdu and send it, or yeah, I could send it from here, which would be easier because there is obviously clear water from here over to there, whereas here I would have to cut a channel. That might be navigable there, or cut a channel here, which would be more sensible, I suppose, for a shorter distance to travel. I like the idea of having a dock out here for Chengdu, which we could potentially use for passengers as well, and they'd be plugged right into the town. No, we'll keep the dock, I think, separate. That's what we'll do. We'll have the dock out here in a sort of industrial wasteland on this pristine, beautiful beach here. That's what we will do. We'll have a station here and a dock. Okay, so I'm going to, once again, stop talking briefly, hand over to the speed build and soundtrack, and create the next part, the next stage in this construction materials route, this industrial chain, and get those bricks sent down here to the port. Is that the Hong Kong Freight Airport by boat. So I love this, connecting all the different types of transport. Anyway, yes, I'll be back with you again in a few minutes' time. And there we have our 3 lines, which should, well, it should keep this quarry open and should hopefully make money. So we're going to have trains coming in here, delivering stone, trains going out, taking conmat, delivering it to the dockside here, and then shipping that all the way across through Hong Kong port, where the trains should be able to take some into Port Moresby and also Hong Kong, and any excess will be flown back either to our main freight hub at Ajaxpost or to Erewhon. I don't know if Erewhon actually wants combat at the moment. What will they do? They have a very small demand for combat. 26. Excellent. I think this is a perfectly good, a perfectly rational arrangement. You may disagree. Let's see if I can make it work, shall we? Let's get some trains on here. So Kiev, our depot here. We're going to want a steam locomotive. It's going to need to be, I think, actually fairly... That's a modest route. It's not huge, but it needs to be fairly good. Do I want to use the trains I've been using all the time, which is this 53, reminding myself, of course, that my cargo cannot go faster than 50 anyway, because that's the maximum speed of my wagons. So 53, you're quite a good power. I do like you. Unfortunately, these other faster Japanese locomotives don't have as much power, so I think we're going to stick with you. Yeah, we're going to put one of you on, and we're going to make you carry some freight in the form of stone. Which of you can carry stone? Ah, you can you? Stone. Yeah, you carry 13 at 40. No. Don't want to go at 40. We're looking at the standard gondola, carrying 12. Okay, yeah. And we'll take 84 to start with. We'll buy 2. Okay, and this second one we will edit so it takes the conmat, which is is the flat car with side stakes. So we could actually take 7 of you. Is that 7? It is 7. Well, we'll see how that plays out. Again, it may take a while for this to get into service and actually start being used, so it starts making profit. So I'll keep an eye on those wagons. Keep an eye on those. If I need to up the number or indeed reduce it, I can do that. So you are going to go to. Now I'm not sure I can send train 94 to the Chengdu combat transfer. It says I can, which is awfully clever of it. We'll see if it gets there. You obviously are going on the quarry bulk. That's good. Keep an eye. You're presumably the one. Keep an eye on you. And we need a boat. We need a ship. Where's my ports gone? They're all the way. There we are. So what ships do we want on here? We've got a large cargo landing, so we could put a large ship on there. 110? You got 19. You're small. You go at 17, carrying 175. Should I use you? I mean, that doesn't really look like a cargo transport, does it? No. Oh, the Schaffhausen. You go faster. I quite like you then. You are an oldish vehicle, because the Votrans is a much newer vehicle, 1943, as you can see there. We'll use the Schaffhausen. I will put 2 of you on. Oh, I haven't put any of my full load things on here, have I? So you can go on combat shipping. So what's this train waiting for? Oh, yeah, waiting for that. Okay, once you're out the way, there you go. Yeah, you should go through on the high-speed line out to out there. That should be lovely. So we're going to have to wait for these vehicles to get into position. They have got some distance to travel. So I will play on a little bit further and we'll come back to you on the other side of a sexy video effect when these vehicles have got somewhere close to their destination. Oh look, we've already got stone being stacked up waiting for the train to come in. Where is that train? Where is that train? Oh, you're there waiting again. Okay. Yeah, you'll get there eventually. Right, so I'll see you on the other side of a sexy video effect. Our trains are rapidly approaching their first destinations. Our boats are off doing whatever boats do. So our quarry train is there, approaching. It can carry 84 and we have 71 waiting. Okay, we may need to up the capacity on that one fairly soon. Where the heck is the... Oh, there it is. Yeah, it did get there. I'm very impressed by the routing the game has applied. So it's managed to get that... Ooh, Rangpur. I'll have a look at Rangpur in a second. It's managed to get that combat transfer train there already. Excellent. Something else that's happened, we're just going to pause this briefly, is that we've passed into a new year. Rangpur, it's going on there, isn't it? We've passed into a new year. We're now in 1946. And we now have some new aeroplanes to play with. Don't go there. That was a silly thing to do. Let's go to Arawan Airport. Let's go to this here. Manage the vehicles. We now have the Bristol Freighter as a brand new cargo plane. I like this plane because its mouth opens. You may, if you've been with the game for a very long time, since it first came out, one of the first screenshots I uploaded to Steam was one of those planes taking off in one of my test maps when I was doing the first tutorials for the game. It took off and it left its mouth open, so it was flying through the air with its mouth wide open, you know, letting the fresh air in. Maybe it was an early version of air conditioning or air cooling or something, I don't know, but yeah. I think they've revised the model since then, in the last, is it nearly 3 years or whatever it is since the game came out? Where's the time gone? I don't know. Anyway, we've got that to look forward to, so I may well add that to my aeroplane routes in the next episode or so. We've also got some new Russian buses, but I'm not going to worry about those for the time being. We had Rangpur demanding demands. So you now require fuel. Not many. That's interesting. Oh, actually, some other little maintenance things I was going to do was the train here handling the plastics. This is a tiny little train at the moment. Yeah, I think that needs to be bigger. We need to bump up the production of this goods factory here, which we can do, because we're getting goods shipped out now quite effectively. Yeah, that vehicle needs to be bigger. So we'll just edit that. So are those box cars? They are box cars. So that'll be, make it 84. Yeah, add another 3 on there. We'll see what happens with that. That means it should be able to bring all the goods back as well from there. Yeah, feed them into our network. Anyway, we were following this quarry industry chain. You've filled up and you're away. Oh, not quite. It's going to have to wait there for a little bit longer. Okay, so I think this will be enough for this episode. So I will thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever 2. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbs uppy button. That would be wonderful. Even better if you've got any thoughts about what I'm doing with the game or the game itself. Or if you feel like having something named, a vehicle, a route, an industry or even a whole town. I am planning actually to add a new town into the map reasonably soon. So if you want to have a crack at naming that, then just please drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. Other than that, of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. That way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever 2, until the next time, bye bye for now.